Pop Squat, coming at ya. We've got another track from Jane Remover. I am excited about this. I've really enjoyed Jane Remover's stuff. They do, I think, stuff that's really worth listening to, especially right now, especially with all the attention that trans people are getting. Jane is trans. And this is music we haven't really heard much before. This perspective, this voice, this person who's gone through all the things that people are so up in arms about, and this is a way that I think humanizes the struggle to be yourself from an audience, or from a perspective of someone that most people can't identify with, can't put themselves in Jane's shoes, or somebody who is going through what Jane had to go through, feeling like they couldn't be themselves, feeling like they couldn't be their true selves, or true self, and that just totally makes sense to me. That this is something that needs to be done. It needs to be said. I think Jane is a fantastic creator to do this. I'm looking forward to this track. The title of the song itself, I think, is pure genius, and I know that's a weird thing to say. Your clothes, because I haven't listened to the song, I haven't read the lyrics. I've got them sitting over here on the other page, but Your Clothes is such a genius name for a track, because it makes me automatically think, because I know some of Jane's story, like, oh right, your clothes kind of represent who you are and how you present yourself in this world as a man or a woman or whatever. And this is going to be something about that, right? About how the clothes that they wear, that anyone wears, kind of is who you are in a lot of ways. It is your statement to the world of, like, this is what I am, this is who I am, this is how I want to be myself, this is how I want to present myself. And I'm curious as to the route this song is going to go. If it's going to be like referring to your clothes as like Jane's former life and their old clothes, or Jane's current life and the clothes they normally wear, they wear now, right? Or if it's about somebody else in their life, like, your clothes say this about you, and this is what my clothes say about me. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go, but it automatically makes me think about all of those things and even more. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Before I get to it, I want to remind people that Animal House Seattle is having an awesome emo rave on July 29th here in Seattle. Tickets are $10 ahead of time, $15 at the door. Here's the list of awesome artists who are going to be there. And go check it out. This is on Eventbrite. You can find information there. Let's see. This says Eventbrite Animal House presents emo rave tickets. So if you want to search for that, that's the way to go. And if you want to contact them on Instagram, you could also do that there. Let's check this out. This was sent in by one of my patrons, Alina. Not going to say the last name, Alina. And Alina has sent in, I think, all the tracks so far from Jane Remover. Maybe somebody else sent in one, but Alina has sent in most, if not all, of these. If you want to become a patron, information is down below in the description of this video of how to do that. If you want to just send me a one-off track to listen to, you can do that on PayPal or CashApp. If you're an artist and you want to send me stuff to listen to, my email address is down below, papasquatjon@gmail.com. Let's get into the song. This is track number 2 on Frailty, which is an album that I'm sure I am going to listen to as a whole as soon as I listen to some more songs from Jane Remover off of it that people have sent me. Produced by Jane Remover. And let's see, this is listed as rock, indie electronic, emo pop, alternative rock, noise pop. And okay, I'm just remembering, Jane Remover tends to do this thing where there's a section of the song that's like music, like just music, crazy, very different than what else is in the song. I'm curious if this is going to have it, but it does have noise pop in the description for tags for what this is in terms of genres. So let's check this out. Came out in November of 2021. Your Clothes from Jane Remover. It is 4 minutes 14 seconds long. Let's do it. Okay, definitely get the noise pop sort of feel from that. Like it's very, not necessarily discordant, but very overexposed. A little bit of distortion and static kind of feel to the music. I like it. It reminds me of a lot of groups from the 80s and 90s that I really enjoyed. Okay, I have to look at this and see what this means. I did not expect it to go this route. And when the curtains close, I wish that I was in your clothes. These lines could be interpreted, this is the annotation that's on Genius, in a few different ways. The song seems to be about Jane having a little crush on... A little crush. There is no better way, even if it's inadvertent, to make something seem like childish and foolish, to call it a little something. Oh, is that your little boyfriend? Like, I do it, and I don't mean it to be an insulting thing, but it absolutely sounds insulting. Jane having a little crush on someone, but the crush doesn't reciprocate those feelings with Jane, and it seems like this person could be seems to only be making decisions that harm themselves, and seems to perpetually keep doing those things that are obviously bad for them. I don't know where some of that comes from. So therefore the line, I wish that I was in your clothes, could either mean that Jane wishes they could see why that person does this to themselves. Where are they getting that whole idea of the person is making bad decisions? I always change the channel when a couple starts to kiss. At every beginning, when you graze past me, has it been too long? Was it all for show? Now I look so stupid for casting the roles. And when the curtains close, I wish that I was in your clothes. See, I read that more as Jane's watching something that's more traditional love story, boy meets girl, they fall in love, the couple starts to kiss, right? Like whatever love story movie you want to talk about. I don't understand was it all for the line, was it all for show? Like the relationship between Jane and this other person or something else? Now I look so stupid for casting the roles. Like that the two of them would be in that same sort of situation, but when the curtains close, I wish that I was in your clothes. Or maybe Jane is saying... Maybe Jane is trying to project themselves into a relationship that other person has, and Jane would like to be the person they're talking about here. So let's keep reading with the annotation. You see why the person does this to themselves, bring themselves to perspective. Where were we? And Jane wants to see it through the person's perspective so that they understand, but simultaneously you can also take the line literally, as Jane has a crush on this person and therefore wants to literally be wearing their clothes, such as sharing a sweatshirt with a significant. I don't think that's it. Another meaning of this chorus could be that the roles cast for this show of life actually refer to the gender roles set in place. Okay, it could be gender roles, I totally get that, set in place by society, and how they are foolish/stupid in themselves, as Jane wishes to be in another person's clothes, aka take. This makes way more sense to me. But again, I'm not Jane, so I don't know for sure. Yeah, and they say at the end here, this whole song is a quadruple entendre, and we'd love to see it. I'm not going to disagree with that. I think it is actually probably has a multitude of meanings, which I think, depending on how you want to read this, is how it can be read. That's a very self-reflexive statement. Let's keep going. We've been gone from the song too long. I'm going to back up just a little bit.
I was in your clothes. I wish that I was in your clothes. Times like these, I try not to get upset. Just think about you, and this is the things I get. Time passed when it slapped to the back of my head. And now you're walking down the aisle, someone you never met. Casting the walls. When the story ends, it's another loss for you again. It's another loss for you again. Times like these, I try not to get upset. I do is think about you, and this is the things I get. Time passed with a slap to the back of my head. And now you're walking down the aisle, someone you never met.
Okay, this music is crazy. This is the weird musical break I was talking about. But what I actually like about this is if we're here in the background. This is what would have been a guitar solo back in the day, right? And now it's some crazy synth thing that I really think is much cooler.
Revenge is so sweet. Don't act like you didn't care, cause I know you played a part. And I start to feel so sick whenever I pass by your car. Someone that you don't like just broke your heart. And you told you that you won't go very far. So your future don't revolve around art. I wish that I was in your clothes. I wish that I was in your clothes. I wish that I
And that's the end. I'm always fascinated by what they put at the end of their songs, because this sounds like things just literally get power washed away. That's the sound I was kind of thinking this sounded like, is like a power washer, just, and everything collapses and falls apart and shorts out. But then there's like this happy little beat going. Like maybe that was a good thing that everything got destroyed. And then it fades away and just goes completely away again.
What?
Somebody changing clothes, that's what that's supposed to be. So the other thing I thought about with these lyrics is maybe it's supposed to be that Jane is the one who wishes they were in the relationship with that other person, that third person who's not the focus of this song. Like Jane's friend, Jane, the person Jane is talking to in this song, who is marrying somebody they never met before, but Jane is the one who wants to marry that other person, that person that they've never met before. Maybe that's what it means. Like if I were in your clothes, I want to be that, in that role, not you. Like you go away, I want to be there. But also maybe it's, if I were in your shoes, I would make very different choices than you're making. Not at all what I expected out of this song. I thought this song was going to be about, again, how the clothes you wear define who you are in society, blah blah blah, like some of the stuff they talked about in the annotations here. Good track. I like the music and everything in it, and sort of the experimental nature of some of the music, where
I wish that I was in your clothes.
this, those weird little spacey sound effect things are really kind of interesting little snippets in the song, and it kind of sends you far away from what was just happening in the music, and then zoop, brings you right back to it. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure if this song for me succeeds in total. There's something that's not bringing it together as much as I want it to, but I don't know what that means, why it matters. It just is that it's not speaking to me all that well. It surprises me it's track 2 on the album. This seems like a track that should be further into, how many are on this album? 7 tracks, I want to say. Oh, 13. Yeah, I don't know if I would have put this as a second track, but I don't know. I do like it. It's just not going on my favorites list. So there you go. Still keep sending me Jane Remover stuff. I really like what they're doing, and I appreciate it. There you go, Pop Squat. Checking out. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to go to the beach tomorrow. I'm probably not going to go swimming, but I'm going to go to the beach. There you go. Have a good night. I will talk to you later. And I've got one more track I'm doing tonight from DC the Don. So come on back. Also, go check out the one I did earlier, Hank the Lad. And I also figured out what the name of that song was. Forever HTL is Forever Hank the Lad. So in case you watch that and go, John, you're a moron. John is a moron. But he did figure it out after he was typing the name into the file name of the video, and I was like, oh, that's what HTL is. Anyway, have a good night. Bye-bye.